it's Disney Girl back for another episode of my Disney's Magic Kingdoms game. So in this video, I'm going to be working on quite a few different things. The biggest thing though that I need to do is get ready for the upcoming Aladdin Tower Challenge, which starts on Thursday. So I do need to do some reorganization in my kingdom, and I think I am actually going to go ahead and purchase a few new attractions today as well, which is going to be pretty exciting. I also am going to be pushing along my main storyline by working on Wendy Darling, building the first attraction with the Peter Pan collection, and sort of just continuing on with that. So we're going to sort of find out where the storyline goes from there. But first we are going to start off with some dialogue here from Aladdin and Jasmine. So, what do you think? Do you like the view?
It was wonderful. You know, I love spending time with you, but why all the fuss?
Well, I guess I understand now what you meant about life in the palace making you feel trapped. I just wanted to get away.
Oh, Aladdin, the palace doesn't need to trap anyone ever again. Father understands how much we want to see the world.
Quest complete. Escape for 2. Really? That's great! I'd say, since we came here, we're off to a pretty good start. That is true, and I feel like that little hint at the Sultan there, I know this is sort of side quest dialogue, but it is kind of a little bit ironic that we are talking about Jasmine's father, the Sultan, and he is actually going to be a paid character in the upcoming Tower Challenge, so that is going to be pretty exciting. I am going to purchase him right away if he is available right away on Thursday. We haven't had any word whether we're going to be able to welcome him in Chapter 1 or whether we have to wait until Chapter 3 of the Tower Challenge. I assume it's going to be Chapter 1, but again, we'll have to wait till Thursday to find out. Jafar is now level 9. Yes, everything is going according to plan. Wow, level 9, one more level to go. So obviously working on my Aladdin characters, getting them maxed out. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of them maxed out, but I am definitely working on a few of them to try and get them as high as I possibly can. Here is another one. Jafar's sidekick, Iago, is now level 9.
That's it! That's all I get. Sheesh, I've been working my tail feathers off out here.
He's a funny one. That's for sure. Alright, now I did decide to level up Moana. She wasn't that long to level up, and I kind of wanted to sort of push that along so I can get her in the princess dressing room. Moana is now level 4. I am Moana of Montanui, and I thank you. You're welcome. And we got more dialogue from her. My boat took a long time to get here, and I did too. I've got to make sure there's enough food on there to last to wherever I sailed next. On some of our people's voyages, it takes weeks to get from one island to the other. So if I don't plan ahead, well, doing a lot of fishing is the best case. I've just gotta be careful. Did you pack lunch? Send Moana to check the provisions on her boat. Alright, so I guess that is sort of another side quest that we need to do for Moana. I actually have a few now. Wow! Yeah, okay, I really need to do those, guys. They're kind of just piling up. That's what happens when you get a whole bunch of new characters. The side quests sort of pile up if you don't do them right away, but you want to send them on the quests, like, to either collect character tokens a lot of the time, or maybe, they collect somebody else's character token that you're kind of wanting, or sometimes you do a different side quest, but again, you have to wait for another character to be leveled up, and then you kind of just forget that you can do it after you level it up, and especially when you get a whole bunch of them, they can just pile up. It's okay, I don't mind having the dialogue spread out a little bit, but it does sort of, slow down, I guess, those side quests sometimes. Now, I know with one of the side quests with Cinna, I think I needed to have Moana, again, that next level in order to actually do it. So again, that's why maybe that one got stalled a little bit. And then the Chief Tui one, I was rearranging my kingdom a little bit, so I didn't have the attraction in at that point. So again, like, as you can sort of tell, like, things can sort of get left there for a little bit, but not the end of the world. Now, I am going to go ahead and do something a little bit crazy today. I think I'm gonna just put in a whole bunch of attractions into the kingdom. New ones that is. So we're gonna go ahead and find out how many I can actually sort of get in here. And we're going to go ahead and go to Merlin. Now, I figured since the Aladdin Tower Challenge is about to start, the Aladdin live action movie is coming, I figured, you know what, why not sort of have a big section of Aladdin stuff. If I'm ever going to purchase some of these Elixir Aladdin attractions, you know what, it may as well be now or never, because honestly, I don't know when Aladdin is going to be useful in the kingdom next. It's probably going to be quite some time, especially after the Tower Challenge and stuff like that. So I think now is, well, better. Can't think of a better time, to be honest, to sort of, you know, get these attractions that I've actually wanted for quite some time. And they look really cool, and they could really help me in terms of leveling up some of the Aladdin characters that I want to try and get maxed out, or as close as I can to maxed out before the Tower Challenge starts. So I have been working a little bit on Aladdin here and there for the last, like, few months, just because, like, I knew that there was probably going to be an Aladdin Tower Challenge with the movie coming out and stuff like that. So I have been working on the characters, so they're not actually doing too bad in terms of levels right now. And I think, though, maybe I could have spent a little bit more time on that, but at the same time, I know I've been really focusing on, like, the Moana event and stuff, and, you know, the Snow White collection, because that was the secondary storyline for the Moana limited time event. And then I was trying to push my main storyline before that by welcoming, like, some of those characters, like, for example, like Shere Khan, and collecting for Wendy Darling and things like that. So there's just been, like, a whole bunch of stuff. And then on top of that, reorganizing your kingdom. Well, when your kingdom is getting as big as mine, that can be quite a challenging task. I really have to sort of take out large sections of things, and then you just move things around, and it can take, like, what used to take me like a half an hour to sort of reorganize things at most, now it's taking me like over a day, because I'm like, I just don't know, I need to sit and think about this, like, I don't know where this is gonna go now. Do I put back in my old setup because that was a little bit more efficient? So there's definitely, like, a lot of things that way that I've been sort of struggling with lately, just not quite sure what to do. Now, I have spent a lot of elixirs lately. I did bring in Toy Story Mania, like, literally, last week, I think? So I did spend a lot of elixirs, but there were some decorations and concessions and stuff that I didn't trade in for elixirs. So that's sort of what I'm doing now, is just basically getting rid of the remainder things that I wasn't sure about. I'm sort of just now trading them in with Merlin. Wow. All right. We're actually not doing too bad here. There's some things I really don't want to get rid of, though. Like, it's super hard. We're at, like, over 6,000 elixirs now. That's not too bad. But I know I am getting towards the end here of my decorations. So basically, now that I'm at this point, it's like, yeah, there's not really anything else to trade in. I try and leave, like, at least one of most things in the inventory if they're not out in my kingdom already. So, all right. Wow, that is a lot of different items, concessions and decorations. Holy moly. Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and cast this spell, Merlin. Yay! So I got 6,480 elixirs from that. Wow, okay, to get that many again is going to take me a long time. So I'm now up to 22,812 elixirs. So now here are all the attractions and stuff like that you can purchase here in Merlin's shop. Now, the Magic Carpets of Aladdin are going to actually help me out with Jafar, and the Magic Lamp Theater is going to help me out with Iago. So that is going to be extremely useful, because those two, they take a little bit to collect for. And especially now that they're going, like, from like a 9 to a 10 type of thing, it is going to be even harder to collect all of those tokens. So it looks like in terms of magic, it's not too bad. 12 hours and 6 hours. Okay, well, they're longer times like to collect from them, but that's actually fine with me. I don't really care about that. So yeah, 7,500 elixirs a piece. So yeah, all right, we're looking at spending 15,000 elixirs today. I'm just gonna buy them both. All right, and actually that is gonna leave me still with some elixirs, believe it or not. I didn't get to 0. 7,812 I'm at now. Okay, sweet. Now, I will not be able to get anytime soon the Primeval World, Davy Jones's Organ, Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress, the Golden Zephyr, or the Omni Droid City. So it is going to be quite some time before I can purchase anything else from Merlin. I mean, maybe the Omni Droid City might be in the next like month or so I could, but I don't think I will. I know that one's extremely big, and like if you put it in around Space Mountain, it'll take up like a whole section of land. So I'm probably not gonna do that right now. So yeah, we're just gonna leave it. So now I need to obviously start organizing the kingdom a little bit to find out where I'm going to put all of this stuff. Yeah, this is craziness. I have way too much stuff in my kingdom. But I do need to have it ready because the curse is spreading. Now, we can obviously get ready with the community on Facebook. You can also go to Instagram as well. I post on Instagram quite a bit, and I will be keeping you guys up to date when we find out which character collections are going to be available for each chapter. I still think Little Mermaid's going to be chapter 1. I mean, could be chapter 2, but I'm thinking chapter 1 is probably what it's going to be, and then we'll find out sort of that unknown, which is chapter 2. All right, so I reorganized in here, so right in front of Big Thunder Mountain. I put Toy Story, I put The Jungle Book, and then I guess Lion King is in there a little bit as well. I don't have all the Lion King stuff yet, so it's there. I know I'll have to work on that collection soon. And then Aladdin. So this is my Aladdin section. It takes up a good chunk of the kingdom. I was hoping for New Land in this update, but yeah, it's not here yet. So basically that is a little bit unfortunate. Now the new update is supposed to be coming later today, so that should be good. Then we'll at least sort of, I guess, have an idea hopefully of where I guess we're gonna be kind of going with the kingdom after this. Once we get the Toy Story characters and stuff like that, when they become available to us to start collecting for, and also Bo Peep's costume, we'll sort of know what we can do with Toy Story and whether these attractions are actually going to be helpful or not, because that is definitely one thing that we just don't know yet. All right, so the Pirates of the Caribbean. This is another attraction here, just working on quests with my kingdom and my storyline, my main storyline anyways. 500,000 magic for it, and it's going to take a while to build. Yeah, so basically I've stripped my pirate section. I was in love with my pirate section, to be honest, but I needed more room for that attraction. I really wish they would unlock some of this other land to us, so at least we could like kind of keep going with the whole like pirates theme here, kind of get all the attractions in one area. Now obviously this doesn't really work that great. I do like my old setup better, but I took a screenshot so I can always put it back a little bit later. The other thing I need to do is build Peter Pan's flight. So that's the first attraction for the Peter Pan collection. Poof! And I just cleared the kingdom. Now all we've got is open land, and Pleakley, I guess, is the only character checking it out. What on earth, buddy? He's like, which way should I go? Ah! This way? No sign of human life. No mosquitoes. They're an endangered species. So he's all by himself, just roaming there. All right, here we go. Pirates. The ship is mine, and I be Captain Barbossa once more. Oh, Master Turner, you do have an unfortunate habit of turning up unexpected, don't you? You could say that, but as I arrived here first, if you want this ship, I'd suggest you take it up with Captain Sparrow. I may not like your tone, me lad, but you do have the loveliest ideas. Quest complete, full sail. Fightin' Jack's far more satisfying than fightin' Turner. We've a history, he and I. Oh, more dialogue coming. Ah, Captain Jack Sparrow, we meet again. Ah, Barbossa, sensing a little hostility from you, mate. Well, more than usual. Relax, Jack. I'm only here to settle a question of ownership, shall we say, once and for all. Old frenemies. Send Jack and Barbossa to discuss the ship. What? That is an amazing quest name. Old frenemies. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's amazing. So yeah, that attraction was 500,000, guys. So I was at 3 million and yeah, not anymore. Yeah, I'm just spending magic like nobody's business today. I'm probably going to be spending like almost 1 million by the end of today, probably. All right, so Wendy Darling here is leveling up. And she is now a level 2.
Oh, how wonderful. I'm sure to have happy thoughts for some time now.
Okay, so that puts her at a 2, which means we can build Peter Pan's flight for 200,000. Wow, in like the last few minutes, I have spent now 700,000 magic. Yeah, 500,000 for Pirates of the Caribbean and 200,000 for Peter Pan's flight. But it's actually a lot smaller than I thought, which is good. I could use the smaller attractions here. They fit nicely wherever I want. But yeah, okay, so 12 hours for that one as well. Pretty insane, but doable. We can handle that. So I basically have just put it here until I get that Peter Pan land, which is basically around the area that we defeated Shere Khan. I actually kind of need to wait till that's sort of unlocked, and then I can go ahead and probably move the stuff over in that area. So yeah, and that'll also include Captain Hook's ship and stuff like that, which I put in the pirate section for now because it is kind of piratey. So yeah, I thought it was kind of perfect. Here is Aladdin back in the kingdom, and he is now in level 9. Yay! This is good. I can handle this. And now we're going to have more dialogue, I assume, from this awesome attraction being built here. From Wendy.
Oh, how lovely. Why, it's like Neverland and London and the Starry Night Sky all in one spot. I'm sure there must be wonderful stories in there, especially about how such a curious structure stays upright.
Quest complete. In search of a story.
It must take quite a lot of magic to get Big Ben on top of a cloud like that.
You know what? Actually, it's true. It is Big Ben on top of a cloud. What? That is kind of cool.
Well, I suppose there's nothing for it but to march straight up to that place and see what new stories I can find. It is a shame that Michael and John aren't here with me. They've always been fond of pirate ships, especially the flying sort.
You heard it here first. Okay, so we're sending Wendy to find a story. You know what's curious is that she said curious, and to be honest, her voice actress is played by the same person who played Alice in Wonderland. So I thought it was kind of cool that you kind of hear her say, like, you know, curious and curiouser and yeah. How does that line go again?
Curious and curiouser.
But yes, anyways, so I thought that was kind of cool that she's sort of portraying a very similar character and stuff like that. And the dialogue so far seems like pretty spot on to like Wendy and her personality and stuff like that. Just because there's some dialogue in the kingdom that doesn't really fit certain characters. I mean, a lot of it is absolutely amazing, but there's some you're like, really? They would say that? I don't think so. A lot of those characters, though, are ones that don't say a lot. So sort of like with the Bambi collection, for example, like a lot of those characters, they really don't say that much. So I don't know. It's kind of, you know, the dialogue is sort of a bit limited in terms of what you can sort of imagine them saying and stuff. But again, there are a lot of really good storylines in the kingdom for sure. So guys, here's a bit of a look at my kingdom and sort of what I've done. I will show you guys a little bit better of a look here in a minute. I didn't record all of the clips of me sort of redecorating certain areas and stuff like that. I have made some small changes like in and around Space Mountain and stuff like that, because that was just a huge disaster. I'm not happy with all of it. There are some things, again, they just need to go wherever so they can fill up land in the kingdom. But yeah, I wish I didn't need certain attractions out, I think at this point, like Dr. Facilier's Voodoo Emporium. I just don't find that attraction particularly like cool to look at. I still wish it had have looked like the battlegrounds during the Princess and the Frog limited time event, but it doesn't. So that being said, it's kind of like one of those attractions that I would love to just put away, but that requires obviously, well, maxing out most likely most of my Princess and the Frog characters and stuff like that. So that is going to be something I will probably just try and do so I can put some of that stuff away. Now I do love some of it, like the Bayou and Mama Odie's like boat and stuff like that, or treehouse I think they call it. But I mean, there are other ones again like Dr. Facilier's Voodoo Emporium that I just have a beef with that one. I know I'll mention it like again and again, but that attraction to me was a little bit of a disappointment. And it's kind of big too. It covers like enough land for like what it is. I just kind of wish it wasn't like that, but it is. Now, I have moved, I guess, some other stuff around as well and taken some other things out that aren't really that useful to me at the moment. I know that I need to get like certain collections sort of finished off from Legendary Chests, like Lion King is one of those ones I don't have all the attractions for. Mulan is another one. So if I kind of finish off at least with the attractions and stuff, I will be able to like build up certain sections of my park a little bit better. I mean, it's not big enough anyways. I need more land to like be creative. It's hard. Like, I'm sure you can fit a lot of stuff in the kingdom and all that. Like, I'm not questioning that. It's just more like how jam-packed things need to be, how many concessions you can realistically fit, and decorations. Because we do have like a lot of really cool concessions and decorations, but realistically, if you want to fit the cool attractions in, you're not going to be able to do that like if you're putting like all the attractions in and stuff. You can't decorate your kingdom really very creatively. It just has to be like a machine to get magic fast. So yeah, not my favorite way of doing things, but yeah, I realize at this point it needs to be done. Now I'm sure at some point we will get some more land and stuff, which will be nice, but until then, we just have to wait. Now, here are the 2 Aladdin attractions, a nice close look at them. So actually, it's 4 attractions that were built today. So here's 2 of them. Oh my gosh, they were big though. I was surprised. I don't really love having it here like in front of like where I would like to have like either Lion King or Jungle Book, but that's just the reality. Toy Story is obviously there because I know those things are probably going to be useful. Then I've left my Mickey and Friends here, guys, in the front of the kingdom because I really just like the setup. It's kind of my favorite. I did move the filler magic though and put Goofy's house there. Now this one I've always struggled with what to put in this section of land, but there is the first Peter Pan attraction there. So that's the 3rd attraction I built today. Now I did move Snow White. I got Scary Adventures recently, so that's sort of just, you know, this is I guess more of my Snow White, the 7 Dwarfs area. Then I kind of changed it so that I had a bigger spooky section, so The Nightmare Before Christmas goes there, and then I don't know. I know those concessions for Lilo and Stitch are in front of the Haunted Mansion, but I just needed to have them in the kingdom, and that was kind of a bit of a transition piece before all the beachy stuff. So Moana is mostly here, and Lilo and Stitch. Now, I've maxed out my Lilo and Stitch character, so I could put it away, but again, I really just like those attractions and stuff like that, and they do look really good with Moana. Now here, I moved the RC Racer and the Nicelanders around, so basically that's really the biggest thing, I guess, that sort of changed sort of in that front area of Space Mountain area. Now, RC Racer, I'm probably going to move back. I think it's about the same size as the Nicelanders anyways. I'm not in love with it right there, but that is sort of everything to do with the Ralph Breaks the Internet or Wreck-It Ralph event that we had, so everything is sort of at least there for now all together. Then I did a little bit of adjusting here, actually, with my Frozen stuff. I'm not sure if I love it, but it does fit really, really well. So if you want to be kind of efficient in this area, it actually works out great. The Princess Dressing Room, I moved here. It's easy to see. It's got a nice big chunk of land, but I do miss a little bit of my old setup that I had there. It was a lot more efficient, especially when it sort of transitioned into the Little Mermaid stuff. Again, I'm not sure I'm going to stick with that, but it is something different that I sort of have going on, at least for now. The Alice section I didn't move because honestly it fits perfectly, like right to a T with that, so I left that alone. It's one of those sections I probably won't ever move. It's the Alice section, I fit all the Alice stuff, so why do anything crazy? And then obviously finishing up here with the sort of not so efficient pirate section, but it's just too big. The new attraction, which is the fourth one there, Pirates of the Caribbean, it is just way too big now to fit the other attractions that I had around there previously. Like I want to fit the Kraken, for example, in and around here. I couldn't do that. There's just like, it's short like 1 or 2 squares, so that was a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, and then obviously Captain Hook's boat or ship, I moved that a little bit as well. Now I did have it there, but I did move it so it was sort of over with another section for now. Again, this section is definitely going to change, but yeah, I need to unlock some more land before I can kind of do any more readjusting, I think, with my kingdom. But at least that is sort of it for now, and it is pretty efficient for the upcoming Tower Challenge, so I'm very, very excited about that. So that is everything I'm going to be doing for this video, guys. I will show you, obviously, the new update once that sort of drops, hopefully for me later today. It can drop, though, as late as Thursday for certain, like, devices and stuff like that, since I play on iOS. That's usually one of the first people that actually gets the update, so I am going to be keeping an eye for that today so I can get that video up for you. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, and we will see you guys for the next Disney's Magic Kingdoms game video. Bye!